The film opens in the land of Kondak in 2600 BC. While the land thrived for centuries, things changed when the tyrannical king Ahk-Tun took over and enslaved his people to mine a powerful material called Eternium. Ahk-Tun created the crown of Sabak in the hopes of achieving the power of a monstrous demon. A senior man tracks down Eternium and is nagged for it by different slaves in order to be compensated by the ruler. A kid, Palan Christian, helps the man get free and conveys the Eternium to one of the ruler's fighters. Rather than a prize, the senior man is cut and lost a precipice. The kid's dad pulls him away and urges him not to attempt to be a legend. The kid then gets the Eternium from the fighter and escapes with it, yet is ultimately gotten and condemned to death. At the point when he is going to be executed, his body disappears as he shows up before the committee of wizards, who pick the kid as their boss and provide him with the powers of Shazam. Nonetheless, the legend expresses that the boss stood up to Ahk-Tun and obliterated him in his castle prior to evaporating for eternity. In the current day, Kondak has fallen subject to a soldier of fortune group called Intergang. They are at present searching for a criminal named Adriana Tomaz Sarah Shahi, yet she goes through a security-designated spot with her sibling Kareem Muhammad Amer in addition to friends Samir James Kasadi Moyer and Ishmael Gregor Marwan Kenzari. The group shows up at a cavern where Adriana desires to find the crown of Sabak for research purposes. While Kareem is holding up in the van, Samir's body tumbles off a precipice. Intergang mercs appear and hold the other three at gunpoint after Adriana figures out how to secure the crown. The lead merc holds a firearm to her head and powers her to surrender the crown, yet Adriana starts to peruse the engraving in the cavern, arousing Kondak's alleged boss, Teth Adam Dwayne Johnson. The mercs attempt to go after Adam yet are quickly destroyed individually. The cavern starts to fall with Ishmael probably dying. Adriana escapes with Kareem, however they are found by Adam, who continues to butcher more mercs in choppers and tanks. As he moves toward their van, a rocket made of Eternium is terminated at Adam, injuring him when it detonates. He attempts to take off yet falls and is taken in by Adriana. Ishmael ends up being alive, as he is driving Intergang and needed to get the crown for himself. He advises different specialists to find Adriana. In the interim, superhuman Carter Corridor Hawkman Aldous Hodge addresses Amanda Waller, Viola Davis, about Adam's enlivening and the tumult he abandoned. She enrolls him to assemble his group, the Equity Society of America, Maxine Hunkel Twister Quintessa Swindell, who have some control over wind and sound, Al Rothstein Particle Smasher Noah Centineo, who has a suit that can make him develop, which he acquired from his uncle Henry Winkler, and Kent Nelson Specialist Destiny Pierce Brosnan, who wears a protective cap that picked him and gives him powers of witchcraft. They take off to Kondak to carry Adam to Waller. While contacting the protective cap, Destiny sees a dream of obliteration and what gives off an impression of being Hawkman being killed. Adam awakens in the room of Adriana's child Eamon Bodhi Sabongui, who is fixated on superheroes and is eager to meet the hero of Kondak. Adam strolls through the wall and officially meets Adriana and Kareem, who makes sense of how the residents consider him to be a legend and defender, in spite of the fact that Adam says he is no legend. Adam flies into the city and sees a sculpture of the hero. Eamon gets some Intergang mercs to follow him to certainly stand out enough to be noticed. It works, and Adam starts to lay into the mercs, which thus stands out of the Equity Society. Hawkman and Destiny leave their fly to save two mercs that Adam dropped before they pursue him. Adam fights the two preceding Twister and Smasher enter the image. Regardless of their endeavors, Adriana faces the Equity Society and lets them know that not a solitary one of them tried to help Kondak the entire time that Intergang was dominating, and Adam is the main individual to give the mercs what they merit. However, Hawkman doesn't think they should be killed to be dealt with. Adriana tracks down Adam and addresses him over what she has gained from the Equity Society in regards to Adam's actual story. Adam's conflict with Ahk-Tun was supposed to be out of retribution, and when he released his ability to kill the Lord, it ran wild and obliterated Ahk-Tun and his powers, yet an enormous piece of Kondak. The wizards then detained Adam in the cavern where Adriana tracked down him. The Equity Society appear trying to get Adam, however he takes off after Adriana requests that he safeguard Eamon. Ishmael gets to Adriana's condo and points his weapon at Eamon and Kareem since he realizes they have the crown. Kareem battles Ishmael long enough for Eamon to attempt to move away, however Kareem is shot. The Intergang mercs pursue Eamon until Adam appears at convey another beatdown. Ishmael snatches Eamon and takes off on a hoverbike. Adam pursues them, alongside the Equity Society. Sadly, Ishmael get away. Everybody refocuses at the condo, where Destiny has watched out for Kareem's injury. Destiny likewise tells Adriana not to fault herself for Intergang killing her better half. The group assembles two mercs trying to investigate them for data, yet Adam attempts to undermine them for data. One of them says that Ishmael has made a beeline for a mine. Adam and Hawkman get into a battle subsequent to differing over their strategies for dealing with business, destroying their direction through the loft until they find the crown concealed in Amon's room. En route to the mine, Adriana and Typhoon attempt to unravel the composition on the crown. Adriana initially deciphered it as, "Life is the main way to death," yet incidentally, she was perusing it topsy-turvy and that the expression is, "Passing is the main way to life." Kent then enlightens Carter regarding his vision, yet communicates trust that there is a method for changing his future. After showing up at the mine, Adam continues to cut down more mercs before they find Ishmael and Eamon, the previous having been relying on Adam appearing with the crown. Adriana is compelled to surrender it for Amon's life, however Ishmael endeavors to shoot the kid in any case prior to wearing the crown. Adam figures out how to fly quickly enough to get the projectile, yet his powers detonate, searing Ishmael to a fresh, yet Hawkman safeguards Adriana with his wings, Destiny safeguards Eamon, and Smasher saves Twister from the impact. Subsequent to seeing the degree of his obliteration and making Eamon be injured, Adam attempts to take off. He is found by Hawkman and compelled to disclose his origin story after Ishmael had referenced the name Harut. Adam makes sense of that Harut was the one decided to be the wizard's boss, however after his folks were gone after by AHK Tun's professional killers, with Adam's significant other being killed, Harut gave Adam his powers to save his life. Unfortunately, the professional killers hit Harut with a bolt, making Adam become incensed and pursue AHK Tun with no leniency. Acknowledging he brings more demolition than security, Adam says, "Shazam," and surrenders his powers, enthusiastically permitting the Equity Society to get him. Adam is gotten by Amelia Harcourt Jennifer Holland while the Equity Society keeps an eye on Eamon and gets ready to bring him and Adriana home. Notwithstanding, Ishmael is in damnation and is tracked down by the evil spirits that name him as their boss and transform him into Sabbac. He arises as an enormous red-horned evil presence and continues to rise a military from damnation to threaten Kondak. The Equity Society attempts to battle yet is effectively outclassed. Eamon gathers together the residents to retaliate with him, in addition to Adriana and Kareem, while the superheroes show up at the vestiges of AHK Tun's castle. Destiny safeguards Hawkman, Typhoon, and Smasher from entering, as he understands this is the manner by which he can save Hawkman from kicking the bucket. Destiny fights Sabbac however utilizes his powers to contact Adam and inspire him to awaken and rise out of his unit. He attempts to swim out however falls oblivious. Adam sees a dream of his better half and Harut welcoming him, as he accepts he is prepared to rejoin them. Harut then lets Adam know that it isn't his time. Adam figures out how to come to the surface and says, "Shazam," to get his powers back. He flies back to Kondak, where he sees Sabbac kill Destiny. Hawkman, Twister, and Smasher advance into battle. Sabbac seems to skewer Hawkman as he passed on in Destiny's vision, yet he has utilized Destiny's protective cap to make deceptions of himself to deceive Sabbac. With Hawkman's endorsement, Adam takes advantage of his tenacities to battle Sabbac, finishing with him getting the miscreant by his horns and parting him in two, which likewise causes the undead to be cleared out. Adam heads out in different directions from the Equity Society, while individuals of Kondak Serenade long experience the boss. Adam decides to obliterate AHK Tun's lofty position, promising to be the defender of Kondak. He additionally tells Adriana that Teth Adam is excessively outdated, and that he will presently be known as Dark Adam. Mid-credits scene, Adam is found by a robot sent by Waller. She advises him to keep straight, or she will send powers after him. Adam provokes her to do as such, and afterward explodes the robot. From the smoke, a figure plummets from the sky. He moves toward Adam and lets him know they need to talk. He ventures out from the smoke, uncovering, in all honesty, the last child of Krypton, Superman Henry Cavill.